Well, it's that time of year again. I feel broke even though I have 80 million bells in my ABD. I live the sad struggle of being too rich. That was a joke, I swear I'm not an ass. Okay, but I mean amateur or seasoned pro. Getting richer never hurt anyone, right? So today I'm bringing you along for 7 effective and unique methods on obtaining bells. I swear these work. If you don't trust me, then trust the numbers. Starting simple, you have your assets. These are the easy farms, which you typically don't need to feed it a lot of attention, but you can periodically grow items that you can sell. From fruit orchards, specifically non-native fruits to your island for optimized bell income. Pumpkin farms, which can bring in a good 350 bells each, which sounds like nothing, but a whole inventory will add up to 140,000 bells. Then you have turnips in the stock market, which is a really risky business, but it can bring in copious amounts of rewards if tended correctly. And then lastly, you have blue rose patches. I have no doubt that they're the hardest to get into and grow at the start, but once you crack the insanely complicated code, it leads to an extremely steady stream of cash. Next, head over to your beach and start collecting some seashells that you find. It's free money. They wash up on shores daily, and all you need to do is collect it. Their sell prices range from 30 to 1,200 bells each. And I mean, walks along this virtual island beach are pretty realistic. Why go outside when you can do it here and make some money while you're at it? If you're willing to go one step beyond that, you can use any material that you have, including the shells that you just collected, and make them into respectable DIYs. Oftentimes, the item version will sell for more than the soul materials alone. For example, the spooky carriage. It requires these materials, and if you sell them alone, it will total to 17,850 bells. Whereas if you use those materials to build the carriage, you can then sell that item for 35,700 bells. So for a few seconds of your time in the workbench, doubling the income is quite hefty. Extending the chain and going above and beyond, you can step into the world of online marketing. It's the place of your dreams, overpriced items and scammers all around. But if you can successfully navigate through good old Nookazon, you can easily get more bang for your buck, or bang for your item. Any seasonal item will go for a lot. It's shown even more in the sakura and the maple items. And it's for a good reason. I mean, I love the maple leaf pochette, but if I don't want time travel and collect it by myself, then it makes sense why people would sell it for higher prices on Nookazon. So as a takeaway from the segment, the higher the demand and lower the stock, the higher you can probably sell it for. Maybe this video is just like turning into some sort of economics course and I'm just the professor. I'll say this once and I'll say it again. Real life and Animal Crossing just becoming way too indistinguishable. If you're like me, then there's a high possibility that you just hoard your Nook miles. Like, I've gotten all the DIYs I need and all the items I want, so now I don't have a use for them. 100,000 points in my Nook stop, and for what? Well, I'm telling myself and you, but don't be scared to spend some if you're in a pinch for bells. Just transfer them over through bell vouchers. How they work is that you buy them from your Nook stop for 500 miles, and then once you sell them to Timmy and Tommy, you can get 3,000 bells for them. Because at the end of the day, if you were to go up to someone and flex one thing and one thing only, I'm guessing it would probably be the versatile bells rather than the unused Nook miles. So finally spend some. And if you don't already have any miles, trust me, you'll be able to make them in no time. First of all, you should check out my video on strategies to make some Nook miles, but do that after this video, because maybe there are some other more convenient strategies for you. I also do not doubt that you have a plethora of random fossils that you already have in your museum just lying around. So this is more of a reminder to sell them. They're just collecting dust in your storage, so why not? Like, it's dormant money, that's all. Though as a second reminder, make sure that before you sell them, they have been appraised and put into the museum if they can. Because I don't like fossils, but the dinosaurs in the museum displays look very cool. Other than that, go sell them. Like, right now, go sell them. I can guarantee you that 9 out of 10 times, you probably aren't going to need those fossils. And even if you do, just grind for it later. Now if you're going to go catch bugs and sell them off right now, drop that net. this applies to fishing too. And the reason why I can say this is because you can probably roll in many more bells by diving for creatures. For a couple of reasons. There's a good chance you'll find better common items out there. But further than that, it's fun. I know that this is a guide for getting bells, but you're out there in the ocean with the sparkling water and the sound of waves. Yes, I know it's raining on this clip, but let's pretend it's not. And yeah, you can always save your insects for Flick to get that absolute bank. But I'd much rather catch something like sea grapes for 900 bells rather than a sea bass for 400 bells. Over and over. And yes, I also know that this is probably a half controversial take, but don't get me wrong, fishing and catching bugs are still really valid. But try spicing it up. You'll probably benefit from this in more ways aside from just your bell income. Now remember, because all the strategies I highlighted in this video aren't duplication glitches or anything, you're still gonna need to put a little bit of time and effort into it. Money doesn't grow on trees. Okay, reliable money takes dedication. You still need to do something in order to make something happen. But you can do this. Think about your home upgrade debt, and I wish you luck.